Thanks for joining us and welcome to Jits Quips. Thanks for joining us and welcome to Jits Quips. Today we have Becky Hartshorn with us, who's a blue belt. We have Arabella Emms, who is a white belt. And then we have SJ Garside, who is a blue belt. So all female panel today. It's a pleasure to have you guys. Before we do anything though, I want to shout out Trident Martial Arts Gym for letting us use this space. Trident Martial Arts Gym is a wonderful place to train. I've been training here for 2 years. And it's headed up by an expert high-level coaching team by Harry McKnight. So shout out to Trident Martial Arts Gym. I'd also like to let you know that there will be a seminar held by J-Bear from B Team on the 12th of October. It's £20 per person and everybody's welcome. So if you're interested in that, come and check it out. It should be great. Okay, so guys, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So we're planning a little round robin tournament between all of you guys. So you guys train out of Warrington Submission Grappling, that's right?
Yeah, partly. We're a bit all over the shop. So we train at, kind of at the Pound, and also Pedigo Submission fighting in Warrington as well. Yeah, we're a bit all over the shop, just learning from as many people. Like we've been here a couple of times as well. Just a bit of gym halls really.
Gym halls.
Yeah.
And, do you always come as a trio? Like
we to be fair, we try to. Yeah. We have like a little group chat that I'm like, well, we're going here this week, and they're like, yeah, sure, see you there. Yeah.
It is nice going to like gym hopping if you've actually got someone that you know, because like, you know, it's fine going to like a really nice gym and just meeting new people, but it is nice having somebody that you know by your side as well. So yeah, we do tend to probably go as a group. Go as a group. Yeah.
And I wonder, so like Jiu-Jitsu, it's safe to say Jiu-Jitsu is a male-dominated sport, and females in a male-dominated sport, I guess it could pay to have a female regular training partner or partners, right? So do you think that's part of it? You guys training together?
For sure. I think that women roll completely different to men as well. Like shoulder flexibility is just far superior in like Kimuras or Americanas. Like it'll take a lot longer to tap like SJ than it will someone like Rob. There's just a lot more shoulder mobility. They move differently as well because they're a lot more flexible, and obviously I find that I get bench pressed a little bit less.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think just like there's a different just sort of like energy when you roll with another girl, especially someone who's your weight. Like even if I roll with a guy that's my weight, so I roll under 76 kilos, and if I roll with someone who sits at about the same weight as me that's male, I do find like I'm not weak. Like I go to the gym quite regularly. I can lift quite heavy weights. I'm strong, but like even then, I just find like that power output is just I'm just chasing my tail the whole time with someone that's the same weight as me. But if I'm rolling with someone female that's the same weight as me, like even though they're still strong, I think that there's a much more even kind of like physicality match, and then it's just much more reliant on kind of skills and like problem solving kind of together, and it's a really different experience. It's really pleasant experience when you can actually have a roll with somebody where you can feel that you're both like matching each other's energy and matching each other's like physicality and still having a good time, rather than say for example if we roll with somebody maybe that's a bit heavier than me or like I don't know, quite a lot stronger than me. Sometimes I just do find that it is quite frustrating just kind of being manhandled a little bit is probably the phrase I would put. So
doing all the right things but getting no result from it.
Definitely. Yeah.
And there's also kind of like that I would say like almost like an inner community with the girls. Like if we go to an open mat and there's a girl there, even though I've never met her before, we can roll, and afterwards there's usually like a hug. There's there's this weird like little different closeness that you don't always get with the guys.
Because it's so far and few between.
Yeah.
It's that like you're my friend now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know your name, but you're my friend. Like I think SJ was like the first like regular female training partner that I've ever had. I've been in martial arts since I was 8. Karate, and then I moved to start doing MMA, and then I'm trying to grapple a little bit more because it's definitely the weakest part. Like I'm a striker at heart, but like SJ came in and she's like about my weight. She's an ex-rugby player, so she's down to scrap, and it's the first like girl that I've trained with that wasn't worried about like just getting down and scrapping, but being nice about it as well. So like I kind of just attached myself to SJ pretty quickly, and I was like, you're not allowed to leave now.
Yeah,
it's a cult like now.
Yeah. I think also in competition, like it's really pleasant. Like I think we've said this a couple of times. Like if we've been to say like Empire or something, like I've rolled with similar people, like the same people quite frequently. I think especially at my weight, I'm rarer as my weight female. Like I think there tends to be more women that roll in the sort of like 60 kilogram bracket, so like slightly lighter. Like I'd consider myself a heavier lady, and I think like I just know everybody that I've rolled with because I've rolled with them before, and like what's so nice is like you just get called up to the mats for your time, and you're like, hey, how you doing, like how you been, like your life going okay, and you just like give each other a hug. And like I watched the guys, and like we watched Ezra, one of the guys that we trained with, and he's just like there was headphones on, like in the zone.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you, I'm in the zone, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Why is it a Mexican stand-up?
And then the girls are just like giving each other like hugs, asking each other how they are, and then like get off the mat, you have another hug, and you're just like, yeah, this is good, I love it.
You know, that sounds so lovely. Like as I'm thinking about it now, I would love to go to a competition and just be like friendly with the people that I'm competing against. But it is really like intense. I find because you don't know the guys, and I guess you say that you know the ladies that you're the women that you're competing against because. There's so few of you guys actually practicing Jiu Jitsu. It tends to be the same women that compete, so you know each other when you compete.
Yeah, I think even fewer and far between is females that compete, not just females that practice Jiu Jitsu, but females that then go on to compete. I think that's even less than obviously the ones that are just training. So yeah, it's definitely like you get to know who's kind of in your weight bracket and who's kind of in your like your level and stuff like that, so you kind of just get to know, oh yeah, look, that person, I'm competing against that person again, and oh look, that's that person. So yeah, it's quite consistent who you compete against.
And are you guys all competitors?
Yeah, we've got Arabella. She's out for her first one in a couple of weeks. So just doing it for a bit of fun.
Yeah,
see where we're at the pool.
So Arabella, it's your first competition coming up, first tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, so you must be feeling the nerves because I'm guessing that you won't know the people that you're competing against already.
No, I know that I am nervous, but you guys have kind of really reassured me that it's kind of like the community's there. Like, sure, it's going to be like a more competitive round than I've ever done before, but kind of I'm very excited to roll with.
I don't know, you try and rip my head off
quite
routinely, to be honest.
I was going to say, we've done some middle matches that it felt personal.
It's quite scary.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to roll with some different ladies. Kind of, I roll so often, I think, with you guys that we're learning each other's like game and like how we roll and everything. It would be nice to go up against someone and like some people that I've never rolled against before who are like going to be in the same weight bracket as me and just kind of like have a good time with that and maybe make some friends afterwards and like see if I can steal like their Instagram handles and be like, hi, like, where do you train?
Slide into some DMs and be like, can I come and train?
Thanks for the roll.
I like doing that as well. I like
sliding into women's DMs saying thanks for the roll.
Sorry. What have I said?
Sliding into women's DMs saying thanks for the roll.
You just made
he's not declined it either, he's not denied it.
I haven't slid into the female competitors' DMs.
Men's, on the other hand.
Men's, Well, I did want to say as well, so like I remember my first time competing, and it was the collar tie, like the very first collar tie, like, because I think I must have just been not doing it properly, but when you first feel like someone that wants to like submit you, they grab your neck like that, you know, like, so do you guys do that to Arabella?
Oh, we bully.
I was going to say, we definitely have
so
some roles where we're like, not like letting the brakes off a little bit, definitely.
Yeah, but I think that's needed and stuff, because you guys don't treat me like glass, and that's something that's really quite needed in my training at least.
Yeah, I think that's been like a big thing that we've noticed definitely with your training, is like since you've started rolling, particularly at Rob's at Warrington, like people are not treating you like glass, and actually it's made your jiu-jitsu come on so much, because like you're not we're not fragile. Like, I mean, I know that I look pretty robust, but like, you know, like like you say, you're not made of glass. Like, you know what? If you want to send it a little bit, that's totally fine. And like, it's been really nice to like see your confidence like grow with people, because they're letting the brakes off a little bit, and then you can be like, right, I'm going to try and rip your head off now. And actually, quite often you do.
I think it's really interesting, because when I first met Arabella, like very nervous, very timid, like we didn't talk for a little while, nothing personal,
just
I just
socially
didn't like
awkward. Socially awkward, so awkward.
But then but then she was talking about like, oh, you know, I want to get healthier, I want to get better at jiu-jitsu as well. Like I found that Arabella had like her newbie gains a little bit later on, like because she was rolling with like during COVID time and things like that, so it was obviously like physical contact wasn't allowed, and that's very hard to grapple without physical contact. But yeah, since like SJ said, since she thrives under pressure. She thrives under pressure. Absolutely. And if you know, drive your shoulder into her face, she has to do something about it. Whereas if you're nice with her, she's like, well, I can sit here, it's fine. Whereas if I'm smothering her, it's kind of like, well, now I have to move, isn't it? So it's swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Arabella, so do you have you visualised any matches, and do you sort of like, I know, so it's not good to go, it's not really, it's not the best to go in with a game plan, because it's better to like free flow, because you never know what's going to happen. But is there anything that you visualise that you sort of like want to happen? Like, for example, with me, in a competition, just win, right? I'm not going to pull guard because I don't want to be on the bottom. I'm going to, if I manage to pass, I'm going to try and isolate the arm for a head and arm choke, or get on the back, and I sort of know my path to that. So have you got any go-to tech you want to find yourself in the position of?
So it's common knowledge that I can't wrestle for shit. Just can't. But I think for me, especially with like it being first competition, I would like to have fun, and I'd like to see what version of me steps out on the mats. So in terms of like visualizing, it's not movements or anything like that. It's like, okay, I'm gonna like just think about, okay, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna meet new people. I'm gonna like have fun, and at the end of the day, I'll get to roll the next day, or I'll get to kind of like train the next week afterwards. You know, it could go absolutely awful, and I could get submitted in the first 3 seconds.
And then we'll laugh at her.
Get memed on. Yes.
Yeah. Or you could win the gold unexpectedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Unexpectedly would be the key word there, but
I don't think anyone would. Maybe not, but I mean, I didn't expect to win gold. I did better than I thought I was going to do on my first competition. But I think I was just hoping don't get subbed in the first, or don't lose the first match, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, I think it's also just wanting to kind of not make an absolute fool of myself as well, kind of like one of those things. That's I think I'm a bit nervous about, but there's a big crew of us going down as well. I think that's going to make it a lot more fun, of like not only having like self there and everything, but the rest of like the gym team coming along and okay, if it all goes wrong, we'll get milkshakes afterwards. It's going to be a fun time.
It's grand.
I just want to say about not making a fool of yourself. Like I have definitely made a fool of myself in competition. I got subbed by somebody that was in my close guard. So I got guillotined by somebody that was in my close guard.
That's a rough one. Yeah.
They guillotined you. In your guard.
In my guard, yeah, I know, right?
Oh man. Ow.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't even know that it was. How I've got a video of it.
Yeah, can we see that
actually,
later?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll bang it up on this episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I have got a video.
Yeah, I need to see this.
So
you need to put the terrible, the flute September.
Yeah,
he taps from his own car.
I probably panicked a little bit on that one, but I had to get told after. They were like, "Why did you tap? Like he was in your guard." I was like, "Oh."
I don't know.
I think that's the joy of jiu-jitsu, though, right? Like I'm there in knowing that I'm gonna have a scrap, and anytime that I'm uncomfortable, it's over, isn't it? You know, like MMA has been a little bit different when you're getting punched in the face. It's a little bit, but it's all an understanding of, like, people ask, you know, are you nervous? And the answer should always be yes, because, you know, nerves and excitement are basically the same kind of thing. It just depends which direction you want to point it to, and you just use the nerves. The nerves are the best bit because it feels great afterwards. But you're in there knowing what's going to happen. Like nothing out of the ordinary is going to happen. What it shouldn't happen, and it's just a case of go in, have a scrap, come out. You either got stuff to improve on, or you're like, wow, I did better than I thought. It's the same. Like, I had this conversation with Rob, and he was like, it was when he was doing Grapple Fest. That was a name drop. And he was like, oh, you know, I'm just super nervous. Like, you know, what if I get tapped in the first 3 seconds? I was like, it's happened to everyone. It's fine. It's like same. He was saying like, oh, you know, how are you feeling? My last MMA match was a bit of a risky one on my behalf. I went up by 10 kilos of my normal weight, and then I weighed in the weight that I was, but obviously they had water cut, and I think they ended up walking in maybe 80 kilos. So it was a big weight discrepancy, and everyone was like, maybe it's not a very smart idea, and I was like, to be fair, I get to go out, I get to scrap. It was fun. I got to train the next day.
Nice.
Because I basically just sat in scaffold for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, basically.
It was I got sat on. I got sat on, but it's given me stuff that I need to work on. Like my judo was absolutely awful. God, pull it for life now. No, but yeah, it's like Rob was like, I don't think this is smart. Like, you know, are you sure you want to do it? And they're like, I'm going in there, and if I don't want to step face to face with it, I can just turn around to the referee and go, I don't want to do this, and walk out. If at any point I'm uncomfortable, I don't have to go out for a round, and I can just tap.
Yeah. Just
throw the towel in. Done. It's all, you know, on your own terms, and I think that that's what's nice about a controlled environment of the sport, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting punched outside of a pub, so it's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm so with you on that. It's like a controlled environment to engage in combat, and like you said, you can always tap, or you can always say to the ref. That's one thing that I like to rely on in my head.
Sure.
Like, I think there are some people that'll be like, I'll never tap, or
then have fun having 6
I was going to
weeks
say
out.
they're the
You know,
people that can have 6
yeah.
weeks plus off with broken bones or ruptured ligaments, so that's
Yeah.
cool, you do that, that's
and then,
fine.
And then the MMA people that with like they say, oh, he's got a tremendous, I guess, you know, UFC guys, like, oh, he's got a tremendous heart, and you just see their nose is caved in, the eyes are bleeding.
Tremendous heart, got about 4 brain cells left.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, when it's, I mean, I'm not there with combat sports, so I like to rely on the fact that I can just call it a day.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that is the same in a gym environment as well. If I don't think that they're going to respect me getting uncomfortable and tapping, and them thinking that I could have held on for something a little bit longer, it's going to be the no to the roll. Then I'm just not going to roll, or I'm not going to spar them as well, especially with anything that's punching. You know, you've massively got to trust your partner, because a tap is respecting the fact that it's going to go, and you know, you don't know 90% of the rest of my life. You don't know if I'm hurt. Like SJ was saying, oh, my spine hurts a little bit today, so I'm not going to go, all right, well, twister it is then, is it? You know, it's just a...
Can opener.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, saying no to a roll should be definitely... It should happen more often. People should be really comfortable with that, even if it's just, don't feel like rolling. Nobody should pressure into rolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, I'm with that as well. I think it is promoted throughout jiu-jitsu. Actually, no, there are some gyms where it's like you can't turn down a roll from a higher belt, but I think that's becoming less and less now. Alright guys, I wanted to, first of all, I've thought about like a funny section that I might try out. And
Okay.
It's like,
You are the guinea pig
Yeah,
my hilarity.
it might be a bit shit, but so it's I'm always trying to convince my friends to come to jiu-jitsu, you know, like pressured Matt into doing the beginner's course. He hated it.
I was going to say, did you hate it or love it? What did you hate about it?
Was it grappling or
It's
the
just
sweaty
all of it,
man?
mate. I'm just not a...
Just not for you.
Was it like the
That's
class
fair.
It's
That's
like
fair.
Because we're probably all heavily autistic, and this is what I use for my physical contact, because then I don't have to ask for a hug, do I?
Yeah, and it is, I think it's widely known that if you are autistic, then you should probably do jiu-jitsu because you'll be sick at it.
Yeah.
I haven't got that ability.
I haven't got that
Yeah, I've got the
yeah.
non-verbal autism, not the cool at jiu-jitsu autism. Yeah.
Didn't get the mic in the
No.
whatever his surname is,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, autism.
It's Craig Jones, isn't it, that popularised the...
Yeah, I'm just lacking the
Autism.
steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
lacking the
yeah,
steroids.
exactly.
Autism
Or am
and
I? No, I am.
steroids.
I remember the first time I saw that, I creased out. Like, I just, I think he was doing it to bait Gordon
Ryan, probably, yeah.
Usual.
I think a lot of
fiasco.
autism memes fly around quite a lot in our group chats, actually.
Yeah. We had Arabella a couple of weeks ago turn around to me and Kian and go, I'm not sure if I'm autistic. And me and Kian just looked at each other, looked at her and goes, what do you mean? Of course you are. You're literally friends with us. Of course you're autistic. We flock together. We're a herd.
Oh, didn't you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need a
cults
yeah.
alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend a fortune to get a certificate. I'm autistic. I can tell you that you're autistic.
So the bit is basically so I keep trying to convince people to do jiu-jitsu because it's so great, but now I want to be like why you shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Oh,
Why you
okay.
shouldn't take jiu-jitsu. Basically, guys, if you're out there and you're thinking about trying jiu-jitsu, just don't.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. There's not a day that I don't wake up in pain.
I was going to
There we
say,
go.
I have that anyway.
Yeah, she's disabled. She
Yeah.
wasn't before jiu-jitsu.
my washing
fingers-
machine
Yeah.
is like the most used piece of equipment in my household. Like,
keeps demoting her.
yeah, he's demoting me, but yeah, like you get home, right? You know that, like, when you get, because we don't have a shower in the gym in Bangor.
Yeah.
Neither of our gyms have a shower.
Oh, the men
actually.
have.
The
men
boys have a shower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
they
course.
do.
See?
You like get
Another
home.
ploy to stop women from training.
I know. You get home and you're like,
That's not mine.
That's not me.
Mine.
It's a bit of me. It's a
Yeah.
bit of just.
I can identify who I've rolled
Yeah,
with from the
for
smell
sure,
of their
for
sweat.
sure.
I've had
Yeah.
sweat in my mouth,
Yeah.
eyes, yeah. just-
Especially if you get like mother's milked by someone that's like
Yeah.
a proper sweat bag, and you're like,
yeah. Yeah.
You sometimes finish a roll with a pube in your mouth.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know where the fuck they come from.
Oh, and one nichely for people with long hair. Honestly, the amount of hair that I lose
It's
is
tumbleweed.
It's ridiculous.
Just on the mat
Like, you're
going across.
rolling and you're like, that's mine. Or you'll be like rolling and then someone's like, oh yeah, I can get a sub on you, and you're like, that's because I'm stuck on my own hair.
The worst
And I'm just
one. The worst one is when they're trying to get high mount and the coach is screaming, shuffle, shuffle, like wet dog, but I'm like pinned with my hair. I've pinned myself with my hair, and I'm that I can't, because anytime I do this, I hear.
Oh yeah, that
hair
noise
being
that you
pulled
hear
out.
is like,
Yeah,
you're
like that's
"That's
definitely come from scalp and
my
scalp
hair."
only.
That's my hair.
You'll snap your ACLs.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
love an ACL, yeah.
My fingers don't point the right way because I did gi once.
Yeah, exactly. What was the other one? Oh yeah, you have to deal with the egos of the brown and black belts, and you also
Yeah, they
have
keep
to listen
tapping
to
me.
them.
They keep tapping me. What? Unbelievable. I got judo thrown so hard by Danny Hughes that I thought about quitting the other week.
Just like send you into a different realm.
Yeah. I pulled guard. I got choked. I stood up. I got launched and choked. It's just disrespectful, isn't it?
You also have to deal with people that were once worse than you becoming better than you.
Oh, this honestly, this is like the worst thing, right? Like, because I mean, like, I train twice a week. That's it, basically. But like, there's been some people that have come into our gym, like. I'm not going to name names.
I'm going to. Ezra Dunford.
Oh, Ezra
Dunford.
But like,
right, he comes in as a shitty white belt, and now he's calf slicing me every week.
They started, and it was just like, but Ezra's different because he just like watches a video and it downloads into his mainframe like this. But like other people, like they come in and they've got more time to train, or like they're just, I don't know, able to do a bit more or whatever. And then like you're like, I'm better than you, I'm bullying you. And then like 5 weeks later, you're like, you're now bullying me. What the fuck just happened to me? Like how? And you just like leave and you're like. Just like driving home in silence, like I just got bullied by the fucking like 7-week white belt that's somehow better than me now.
14.
Yeah. What the hell?
Oh yeah, children that are really good as well.
Yeah. What's that boy here? Who's Harry? Is it Harry's son?
Yeah, Harry.
I came here for a session once. I got absolutely bullied by him, and I just drove home and I was just like,
he's elite.
He's so good. Honestly, I was like.
I think, I mean, I don't actually know what level he is because he's that far like beyond me. So, but I think he'll bully like a lot of the guys. I want to say like whites, blues, purples.
Yeah, I reckon easy.
Brown.
He's
I don't
so
even
good.
know, I would like to say.
He's so good.
Okay, we'll end this segment, but I want to say one more thing is strength and conditioning coaches. Y'all can fuck off. Sorry.
I don't know.
Oh, we need to be careful here. We're strength and conditioning coaches.
Wait, are you?
Yeah. I mean, okay then.
Yeah. Rocking up to the gym, just using your strength and.
Oh yeah, definitely. My main goal, my main weapon is a bench press. Clearly. Look at me. Yeah.
I do like it is a bit of a flex sometimes. When you roll with a guy, in particular, it's not so much with girls, but like you roll with a guy, and then if you finish, and they're like, "Fuck, you're really strong," and you're just like, "Yes, can I have that writing, please?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just send that me in an email.
Yeah. Print it, put it on my wall. Yeah.
All right. So, guys, if you didn't realise, all that why you shouldn't join Jiu Jitsu is just bants. It's a joke. Like,
I was taking it seriously.
I still would want you to come and have a go because it's sick. So we do a little segment which is why do you love Jiu Jitsu? Okay, and just give us one reason because I'm sure there are many, and it's safe to say that we all love Jiu Jitsu. Yeah. Okay, so SJ.
I think for me, like, Jiu-Jitsu's that thing, like, I come home from work or, like, I finish work and, like, my work's quite emotionally intense sometimes and it's quite, like, people intense and I come to Jiu-Jitsu and I don't really have any headspace to think about my job and, like, my day. I can kind of just think about Jiu-Jitsu and for me it's, like, that headspace thing. Because if I think about work while I'm rolling, I'm just going to get smashed. So, yeah, it's quite a nice, like, mental, like, pull out from stuff, like a distraction. I think that for me, that's, like, a really big part of Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay. Like, is it also, like, a release as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, if I'm having a bad day, or, like, yeah, if I'm having a bad day, it will definitely pep me up a lot. And, like, I don't know about you guys, but like I get withdrawal symptoms essentially. Like if I haven't done jiu-jitsu for like a good block of time, like I had a bit of time out this year, and yeah, like I was just really miss strangling people.
Yeah.
And then like my husband gets it, bless him. Yeah, so just like just like end up play fighting and bullying him instead. So yeah, I miss that, like that release, definitely.
Does your husband do
no, he doesn't.
Oh,
I have tried to get him into it, but he's just not interested.
Could you fuck him up?
I can fuck him up if he's not using his Mong Strong to get me, because he's a tree surgeon, so he just climbs trees and shifts trees around all day, so he's so strong.
Yeah.
So like if he's like trying to not be really strong on me and using Tekkers, then yeah, I'll fuck him up. But like if not, he'll just bully me.
Yeah.
But
you'll be able to fuck him up when you're a black belt for sure.
Yeah, I think he knows that there is a day coming. I think he knows that
he's counting down the days. You're like marking it off the calendar, making eye contact.
He's like,
one day.
Still beat up SJ.
That tally's massive from his side, but you're just waiting for that day that you get to take it off once.
Honestly, I have a few times.
Oh, nice.
He's had to tuck a few times.
Nice.
It does get to a point though where like it would be like play fight, and then all of a sudden he's just like, stop it! Stop doing that! Don't use your jiu-jitsu shit on me. And I'm like, why?
Arabella, why do you love jiu-jitsu?
I think I've probably got quite a unique one in the fact that the sport makes me feel normal. So it's kind of, I use a walking stick some days. I've got chronic pain and I'm also partially deaf. I wear 2 hearing aids. And I've done other sports before, like I used to be an archer and I did that for a little while, and then when I kind of started becoming pain and like all the chronic illness stuff kicked in, I became like, I was doing the sport but I was having to sit down. I felt very, very different from like everyone around me. And I kind of fell out of love with it. But with jiu-jitsu it's kind of, people don't care that I use a walking stick sometimes, and you know, I've gone to like open mats and people and I've kind of introduced myself like, hi, I'm Arabella, like just so you know I'm like hard of hearing, I'm partially deaf, I don't wear my hearing aids on the mats, just so you're aware. And they're like, yeah, can you roll? I was like, yes, I don't care. It's like fantastic. It's kind of, it's one of the sports where I think with the right people I can be completely treated as an equal, and I'm not different, or I'm not like this like little glass china doll thing. It's like I'm on the mats, I can tap if I need to, and I find a lot of comfort in feeling very, very normal and just like everybody else.
Nice.
So that's why I absolutely like adore the sport. Like with the right people, I'm just another person on the mat. I've got a neck, someone can choke me if they want to. There's nothing different about me, and that's really refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, my answer's going to be terrible.
That was very wholesome.
Yeah. So wholesome, and I'm not like, yeah. Makes me not want to off myself.
Fuck's sake.
No,
that's your one.
No. I think mine's very similar along the line of SJ's. Just like there's a lot of anxiety in day-to-day life, and there's always that nagging voice that I'm not doing something quite right in my job, quite right in my personal life, and just like jiu-jitsu again. Even going off Arabella's, like I'm an equal. I've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and a neck, and each and every one of them is going to try and rip them off my body if I'm not all 100% there. So it's nice. Like I would say, definitely for mental health purposes, it's just nice to go in with a crowd that I would say don't really fit in with day-to-day life, and I've never really fit in with day-to-day life. Like it's a bit boring being an adult, innit? And then like you get to be
hard being an adult. Yeah, so shit.
Yeah, like yeah, it's nice because I started martial arts because definitely that weird kid in school. So it's just to bring some confidence out. Like I didn't really talk much, and then like it's the only sport that I stuck at. Like I used to be a runner. I don't run anymore. Yeah, it's terrible. Like I dabbled in some like CrossFit weightlifting. I still do it because I'm that person. Strength and conditioning goes hand in hand. Keeps you safe on the mats. You can tell me to go fuck myself, but I'm right. I hope you like it, ACLs. No, but yeah, but like I don't know. There's something about the community as well. You've got to like the people that are beating you up weekly. It's hard not to. You've all been through like a terrible session together at some point, and you all kind of get each other a little bit, because even like the black belts that I view as untouchable. Like we've trained with some really, really high level guys. Like we've been to Blackledge with Tom Henshaw's. We've been like Danny Hughes, Kev Corkle as well. There's nothing more humbling than that man just ripping you
being
to shreds.
absolutely bullied by somebody.
And then you finish the roll, and he's there like, you're still shit, but you're improving. Like, yes!
Kev nearly made me cry the first time.
That doesn't surprise me.
So like, bottom lip was going like,
That doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, and it's super nice as well because it's really humbling in an aspect. Like I class myself as maybe like the stronger end of like me and SJ. Like we lift weights, we train at a gym. Like I would class myself on a stronger thing, but Jiu Jitsu means nothing.
No,
Exactly. I get bullied, and it's great because like we've had sessions that we've been just not okay after, but it's nice because you bond over it and you're like, did you cry today? Yeah.
Wasn't far off it.
Yeah, it's just nice. It builds community really quick because nothing builds a community like graft, does it?
Yeah, the close quarters, the intimate nature.
Yeah, you've got to trust each other, right? Yeah. And I found some really, really good friends from the sport. So it's really good. Like I do stuff outside of the gym with these two all the time. Like we're starting a book club with that cool. We're that cool.
You're an author, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's still strange to say, but yeah.
Plug it.
Yeah,
Plug it. It's coming out. It's on pre-order.
It is on pre-order now, yeah.
Link down below.
What's it called?
Empty Vessels.
Empty Vessels.
Yeah.
And it's fiction?
It's a poetry collection that's based off people watching and lives of strangers.
Love it.
I'm very scared that there's going to be a poem about two autistic people. Because it's definitely me.
I have to keep reassuring my friends that there's nothing in there that are based off people that I know, but no one believes me as of yet.
Is
this me? Yeah. You said that she tapped 6 times on Monday. Is this about me?
I wanted to ask you guys, so as females in male-dominated sport, is there a certain amount of, how can I put it, a certain amount of flex that you can feel from being like actually quite lethal to like, first of all, most of the females around you, but also like quite a lot of the men out there as well. I don't know how it, I know how it feels for myself to practice jiu-jitsu, and it's so empowering. Yeah. And I just wonder what it feels like to you guys. Like.
So mine's a little bit interesting because when you have, especially like we found a pretty strong community of women and guys as well. Like we've had like white belts come in that we were like, oh, I don't want to roll with him, and now like they're some of our best training partners. Just learning that process of how to roll. That's not just over there. Yeah. But. It's really strange because I'm always in the community that I forget that we're not normal, I guess. So like me and SJ have had this conversation about never wanting to feel weak, and like I've seen like people my age, like women my age, and they're struggling to lift like 15 kilo, like or like a 5 litre thing onto like a till that you were saying, but like I'm surrounded so much by like really strong athletic people that I'm kind of comparing myself to, I guess. So I'm there like, oh, like I just feel like I'm not as strong as SJ, and then I realise actually I'm, in the grand scheme of things, I'm actually a strong female compared to the normal population, and that like always throws me off because if I said a conversation with a normal person, they're like, oh yeah, like you're an animal, like you're a proper dog, you. But I'm not like, no, you should see my mates. I get beat up by them weekly. Like you have no like. SJ armbars me at least 3 times every roll.
That's
like,
all SJ can do.
she's found a knee bar now.
An
armbar of the leg. But yeah,
that's literally all I know. Those are my 2 subs. I think it is a bit of a flex. Like I think it, like you said, empowering. I think that's probably the best word to describe it. Like I think just being a strong woman, I think is so empowering, and like I love that it's like not just empowering to you, but like empowering to people that you meet in your life. Because like if people are like, oh wow, that's so cool that you're doing that, or like
then do it then.
Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that's kind of like you're in to just be like, well, obviously you don't have to just go and get bullied by your mates for an hour and a half on a Monday, but like you know, even just finding something that you enjoy that's going to make you stronger, that's going to make you a bit more confident, that's going to give you just that sense of like self and sense of empowerment, then I think, yeah, and that's what jiu-jitsu does for me, definitely. It just gives me that like sense of self and like a bit of like empowerment, definitely.
I think it changes like the narrative as well, like especially I came to the gym and with like used to be ex-dancer, like a few issues with like food and everything like that, and then I met Becky and SJ and like two very, very strong ladies, and it was like, oh, okay, I think like that need to be like, oh, I've got to like be quite thin and everything like that, to like, I want to lift heavy circles. Like I want to do what SJ's
Makes the
doing.
sad noises go away.
Yeah, basically. And that's kind of, it's really changed the narrative in some ways, of instead of wanting to be something else, it's now like, yeah, I want to be strong, I want to be confident, I want to do what these ladies are doing, and helping with that.
Like I think, so we've had a ex bodybuilder on here as well, and it seems like when you do jiu-jitsu, it goes from being like less about aesthetics, more about function.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's quite a healthy.
I think my view on like how I feel in myself is very much all over the shop, but at the end of the day, it's very comforting that I can turn around and go, I look the way I do because my body's capable of, and it's a long list of things that my body's capable of. Like I train like 4 times a week consistently. I mean, I'm in pain, but but like I'm able to do that because I fuel my body, and like I'm not beating myself up about like what I'm eating or that I don't look like somebody on Instagram, because my ideal body, I saw it on Instagram, and I love the quote that your ideal body is probably heavier than you think it is. And for sure, like I'm able to, you know, grapple with like Ezra, not well, but like I'm able to grapple with Ezra, who's like a heavier guy, but I don't feel fragile. I don't feel like he's going to hurt me, because, you know, it's all, my body's capable of it, so I'm not going to beat myself up about how it looks.
I really like as well, I think, in the women's martial arts community, I don't know much about other kind of martial arts, but I think especially in jiu-jitsu, I think there are a lot of women that are like trying to make that message more clear. So like, can I name people?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you know who Sky Elizabeth Nutrition is? Sky is a nutritionist, and she does jiu-jitsu, so she trains out of Stealth, I think, and like she's a fucking weapon, and she does CrossFit, and she's like so pro like empowering women to just fuel themselves, train like consistently, be strong, and just be like, obviously, like you are not always going to be comfortable in our bodies. Like no matter who you are, you're always going to have days where you're just like, ugh, just everything. Ugh. But you know what? That's normal. That's fine. That's how our brains work. But like actually just learning to deal with those days, and actually just being like, but you know, I might feel ugh, but also I just like, I don't know, ran a 5K for the first time, or I don't know, bench pressed my body weight, or whatever. Like, but just, I think that's like a massive thing in the female jiu-jitsu community, is that like there is that empowerment and that like celebrating of just being badass, and I love that about the female jiu-jitsu community. Like, yeah, it is proper badass. Like going into a jiu-jitsu gym and just like fucking up a boy is so empowering. Like literally, it's just like, I'm gonna bully you.
Yeah. Oh, I
love it.
The question did cross my mind. I was like, do you size yourself up against the guys?
I think sometimes.
All the time. I'm scrapping the biggest person in the room.
Sometimes
it can't get worse, right? Yeah. You've set the bar now. I've gone for the hardest looking. I was going to say a bad word. I'm going to go to the hardest looking bloke in there, the biggest bloke, and go, right, it can't get worse. I've set a bar now. I'm going to roll with the best people, and then hopefully the white belt will feel a little bit easier. But yeah, for sure, I'm always squaring up. I'm down to scrap.
Love it. Yeah, I can relate to that as well. I've thought like, if I can survive against the bigger guys, then
I'm establishing dominance.
The smaller guys must be easier, but.
I don't know. I mean,
I
know. You get a lanky 14-year-old in there.
Did you roll with Rob when he came on?
No.
Oh, yeah, he was injured, wasn't he? With his elbow. Yeah.
I'm not talking about brown belt, so
honestly, like we say this, like I love rolling with Rob, and like I really like the pace of his rolls. But Rob has like, Rob's got like split personalities. So Rob's got like, I'm rolling as a chill Rob, and then Rob's got. SJ's competing in a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit, Rob. And then Rob's got brown belt Rob, who is fucking terrifying. And sometimes he comes out and rolls, and I'm like, help! I'm just like, what's happening to me?
The amount of times.
And it's so scary. Like you finish rolling, and I just go over to Becky, and I'm like,
I'm
just like borderline gonna cry.
Did you get brown belt, Rob? The amount of times that we've gone up and goes, sometimes I forget that he's a brown belt because he's so nice. And then like there's a switch up for, it's not the entire round. It'll be in a bad spot. Then all of a sudden I'm dying somehow. Yeah. And I'm there like, did you get brown belt Rob by any chance today? And everyone's just kind of like, yeah. He's calling me terrible while, don't tap to that shit, don't tap to that shit, but it hurts. And then it's worse if you get it on the flip side of it. Like, I think that I've got you in like a deep, deep triangle. And then he's like, she's coaching Arabella, like, don't tap that shit. I'm like, actually, I thought it was a good triangle, but whatever. Fine, don't tap to it, Arabella.
Alright guys, so I think we're going to move on and we're going to get to this round robin tournament.
Cool. I'm good to die.
Yeah. How long of a warm up do I get?
As long as you want. But I was thinking, are you guys gonna fuck Arabella up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, they will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't care that she's a blue badge owner.
I would be upset if they didn't.
If anything,
it helps.
Don't keep that in.
Cut that. I'm nice to disabled people. It's part of my job. Stop.
It's part of my job too.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I use all my nice to disabled peopleness, and then I come into Jiu Jitsu and I'm like, you don't get any nice to me anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I'm losing my job. It's the podcast hiring.
Can you find like Arabella's weak points and just like take advantage of them like really badly?
Being disabled.
Are you just like Arabella's like, oh, I'm just feeling a little bit tired today. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, Arabella. Shut up.
Just stop whispering what I'm going to do because she can't hear me.
Getting coached by the side like just.
Yeah, Rob, to be fair, Rob trying to teach like how to corner me, I think has been a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah.
Like, how on earth do you teach somebody who's like, you know, partially deaf, like is deaf on the mats when there's background noise of like, you know, you guys are shouting stuff at me and like, I can't hear you. You're talking to me.
So it's all insults. It's fine.
I don't like getting cornered, like, because when people, I mean, it's probably as I progress, I'll get better.
Yeah.
But when people try and tell me to do stuff mid-roll, I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
I think that means you've not found the right person to corner you. Honestly, like.
It seriously
I'm like,
distracts me.
Rob, right. So, honestly, cornering, I've had a few people corner me before. I remember when I went to role models, I had bloody
Chris was trying to corner me.
I went to role models, all the girls that I competed against, all of their boyfriends are black belts. And I went on my own with 2 white belts from our gym, and one of them, Chris, is like quintessential hipster dad with his glasses.
He's
and
very
his,
cool.
like,
He's very cool.
Old school gazelles, and he's like trying to corner me in Welsh.
So like, they won't be able to understand me. SJ needs Kimura. They do understand you. They do understand you, Chris.
But yeah, it's so different having somebody that kind of like understands your game, understands what you work well at, understands that maybe what your holes are in your game, and knows kind of like how to corner you. Like, I am very much like a 1 or 2 word, give me that and I'm done. Like, don't overcomplicate things, just turn left, or like, I don't know, I'm not driving a car, but you know what I mean, like this kind of thing, rather than just being like, I think you should consider rotating and going for the back and
cranial shift,
yeah.
Unfortunately, Arabella's not going to be able to take advantage of any of this because
we're going to be sat on the sidelines with signs for you.
Yeah. Just a frantic arm movement means you're in trouble.
So round robin tournament. Who's going to go first? Let's see. Do we have a top seed in the group here?
No.
No. All right. Okay. I like that. No. It's a bit of a fucking bait question, isn't it? Like,
who's the best?
Who's the best? Yeah.
I happen to.
Okay. We will go Arabella and Becky.
Yo, let's go.
That'll be fun.
Let's go. All right.
Let's go.
Okay, so first to compete in the round robin tournament is Becky Hartshorn and Arabella Emms. Okay, so touch and go, guys. Okay. So Arabella pulls guard straight away.
Yeah, so Arabella really likes open guarding, kind of Delarivas, X-guard. She's got really good at using her feet with the bottom. It's been really nice to see, actually.
Becky passes straight away to side control, but I like how active Arabella was on the floor before Becky passed her guard.
Yeah, Arabella's quite like really flexible as well, so she's quite tricky to, like, once you pass her guard, she's really tricky at getting a knee back in or getting her legs over you. Just
Arabella almost re-guarding there for a second, but Becky shuts it down.
Yeah, but Arabella's got frames in nicely. Oh, Becky going for the knee on belly. That's mean.
Belly slides over to a mount.
Arabella managing to catch that half guard really nicely.
Arabella and Becky chatting and laughing away there. It's
This is always the vibe. It's good. It's aggression, but it's good.
yeah.
Come on, Arabella. More aggression, please.
Okay.
Arabella with the Williams guard.
Okay. Arabella be looking for some kind of animal platter.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Nice.
What's that called? That's rodeo, right?
Yeah, rodeo, I think.
So Becky sat in
Rodeo guard?
rodeo mount?
Mount? I don't know.
I don't know either. Blue belts commentating, guys.
Yeah.
Little headstand there from Becky, love it. Becky gets the butterfly hooks in.
Nice clearing from Arabella though, really good. Being nice and active with her feet, stopping Bex from getting some contact there, really good.
So Arabella standing up as well, showing that she can work to pass the legs as well as pulling guard.
Yeah, shutting down Bex's nice long legs there. Oh. Becky pulling back into guard.
Becky in close guard.
Nice, Arabella now working her way out.
Arabella trying to split that guard open.
I don't know about you, but honestly, close guard is like my least
This way and that way.
least favourite place to be. Like, I just can't.
Break it open.
I just can't.
It takes
like,
so much
it's
energy,
so
doesn't
hard.
it?
Honestly, it's so hard. Oh, Beck's got a little butterfly in there. Looking for a bit of leg control for a sweep, maybe.
I feel like Beck's showboated a bit there by talking to the commentators whilst
Ooh.
in the match.
Nice, Arabella's feeling his legs again.
We always love an upset on the show as well. It always makes my heart jump when I hear like a slap that I don't know where it comes from. Oh, what was that? It's just a slap skin on skin,
we
thank
swapped,
goodness.
We swapped. Arabella going back to the bottom, looking for that shin on shin. Oh no, wait.
Lovely long match. Both competitors getting to showcase their jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Arabella going for that sort of like little X shin on shin control. Beck's really good with that head control.
Apologies.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Good roll. Oh, we're getting a smother.
Oh, we're getting a smother now.
Lovely.
I think Becky may be going for a back take here, possibly. She can clear that round. Oh, nice hip movement there from Arabella.
Getting that head position.
Beck's trying to close down Arabella's super flexible legs here.
Seems like Bex might have had enough now and just wants to finish it off. I feel like there was a slight switch in gears. I might be mistaken, but
it is nice to just let your opponent work a little bit as well. It's good to like practice your own skills and practice getting out of funky positions. That's a nice little guard pass.
Oh, yeah, pass. Possible back take here. Arabella turtles up.
Come on, Arabella, move!
Becky's on the back now, so we've got a little bit of hand fighting. Let's have a look. Becky with both.
Arabella's looking to clear those hooks. Keeping her hands on the grips. This is what she's been working on a little bit, kind of trying to be a bit more kind of like quicker, a bit more aggressive with her decisions.
Oh, that looks like Becky's under the neck there a little bit. It's hard to see from here. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. She's got a nice position there, trying to get that move out of the way. Oh, she's going for the smother again.
The smother, I love it.
What a mean person. Arabella did a nice job of trying to get her hips and her back on the mat though, but Bex is just not letting her have it.
So you've rolled with Becky?
Yeah, we roll a lot, yeah.
Do you know, does Becky have any go-to subs or subs that she'll...
She likes playing open guard a lot from the bottom. She's really flexible as well, particularly in her spine, so like she's really good at getting out of things like darces and stuff like that, because just like it seems like her hips and her shoulders sort of like move independently of each other, so she's quite good at getting out of things like that. She's not really got a go-to sub. She's been working on leg entries quite a lot. She's been doing quite a few sub-onlys, or she's heading up for a couple of sub-onlys at the moment, so yeah, she's been hitting those leg entries a little bit more. She's getting a bit lethal with those.
Lock in, Arabella. Oh, yeah.
Arabella, move!
Lock in. So we shouldn't really be trying to coach the competitors from our position. We should be impartial, but...
I can't explain it to you, okay? I can't explain it to you.
I don't think Arabella can do this anyway.
No. It's usually 1 or 2 word coaching, and it's got to be pretty snappy. Arabella good at holding onto that half guard though. Her half guard's really tricky to get out of. Because she's so flexible, she's just got really good sort of like, I'd call it like Lego feet, like she's able to kind of keep hold of her body. Even like normal people wouldn't think they'd be able to keep hold. That was a lovely little guard pass from Alexa.
It seems like both these guys have quite a good gas tank as well, because they've been going at quite a high pace for a while.
Oh, back in rodeo again now.
Rodeo.
You can tell they're both playing a little bit though.
Is it called reverse cowboy or reverse cow?
Reverse cowgirl.
I know
Isn't that in the comments?
It's not reverse cowgirl, because our coach makes a joke about that, and it's like it's not reverse cowgirl. Yeah.
Beck's maybe hunting for a more or something from side control. Oh no, she comes back into mouth.
Beck's styling out. SJ, when you go up against Arabella, can I request? You don't have to do this, but can you just fuck her up as quick as possible? No comment there.
Come on, no playing now. Let's go. Come on, thank you.
Oh,
lovely, armbar from Bex there, really nice.
Armbar.
Nice.
Well done, guys. Okay, so winner by armbar is Becky. Yeah, nice one, guys. All right, have a rest.
Love the love.
Keep filming. Okay, so second round of the round robin tournament. We have Arabella Emms and SJ Garside. All right, touch and go, guys. Okay, so it's sub only, no time limit. Arabella's coming off a loss.
Lovely knee cut from SJ. Standard practice for SJ.
SJ passing the guard straight away. There she is. Putting it on Arabella straight away.
She's going to be hunting for these arm bars. Arabella's quite tricky though because she's sticky with her feet. She's very good at like repummeling legs, even if it's just a quarter guard. She's very annoying with it.
SJ framing on Arabella's face right there.
We love nasty grafting.
Looks like she's got that arm.
Yeah, she's hunting.
In a power Kimura position, I guess. North-south?
Yeah, I would say.
I guess it would be the power Kimura if she had the Kimura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look for this full mount. Just slice across the hips. Just needs to be really nasty with it.
Yeah. This looks a lot more uncomfortable for Arabella than in your match.
Yeah. The thing with SJ does is like she drives down the hips as she comes across as well, so it's very hard to get the legs back in play. As you can see that Arabella's struggling to start to repummel. It's because she's driving down and across with it.
Yeah.
Oh, just beautiful. Nice.
Transition from knee to knee was that.
Yeah.
Full mount there. Arabella bucks
Oh,
straight away.
hunting for this arm bar.
SJ's got the high mount there. Isolating both arms.
Yeah. Oh, Arabella might give up her back though. Might give up her back. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Arabella's
And the arm bar. Hunt. Yeah.
Tap, tap, tap. Nice guys. Oh, SJ's continuing the match. It looked like side control there with the. Okay. Okay. So winner by armbar. Oh, sorry. Let's take time, guys. Yeah. Okay. So winner by armbar, SJ. Nice. Congratulations, guys. Nice. Lovely to see that. Here we have the decider of the round robin tournament. We have Becky Hartshorn and SJ Garside. All right, touch and go when you're ready, guys. Okay, so we have two blue belts, regular training partners.
SJ has a nasty knee cut, so I have a sneaking suspicion that this is where she'll want to go from here.
Becky pulls guard straight away.
And her open guard's pretty good.
This is some showing.
There is the strike.
Okay.
Becky pulling up.
Yeah.
SJ trying to come around to the back, I believe.
Straight almost past there. Lovely stuff.
He's setting up against the knee cut.
And is Becky just flexing there?
I think it might be baby guard.
Baby guard?
I think.
Okay. I've never seen
Don't
it
quote me
before,
on that.
Yeah.
But that's like standing on Becky's leg to pin it down.
It looks like it looks like SJ's just waiting to time that knee cut, and it seems, you know, it shows that they're used to rolling with each other. So could be an interesting match. I mean, it's already interesting seeing how Becky's playing with the open guard. Ooh.
And Becky's very strong in her like flexibility, so she can go into like isometric. Her isometric strength is exceptionally good. So even though she might look like she's in a bad position, she has got a lot of strength to match that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right actually. So, okay. And is Becky the more experienced? Becky on the Kimura grip? Becky letting it go there. Didn't quite see what happened then, but I wonder if SJ thought that might have been it for a second. There was a little exchange of words.
A good giggle between two friends.
Yeah, Becky ends up in side control. Let's see how Becky controls this now.
She's got her frames in. Becky looks maybe trying to isolate the shoulder.
Very calculated from both women. Becky transitioning to north-south position.
Actually trying to be active with those legs.
I guess going round to north-south sort of eliminates those frames from the side control. Becky pulling guarded again. SJ standing up. Does SJ like to play on top?
Yes. I would say so. Like some knee cuts, her arm bars and her knee bars.
So does this look familiar to the roles in the gym, the training?
Absolutely. They're both familiar with each other's game.
Can you see like a higher level of intensity?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're two that can stand it with each other and
SJ trying to sit back on a straight ankle lock, not quite getting the bite there, and Becky backing up out of it.
She's going to be waiting again for the opportunity to get her knee cut in. Becky trying to maintain those 3 points of contact that we're usually taught in the gym to do.
I think it's, watching two blue belts roll is such a vast difference from like watching, beginners roll. Already at blue belt, you've got skills, you're more calculated. It started to look like Jiu Jitsu, right?
And they're both two very strong ladies as well, so they've got a lot of technique because they've had to learn how to use it. I mean, them being ladies are usually the smallest on the mat.
Yeah.
But they're both incredibly strong ladies.
Uh-huh. Oh gosh, talk of that knee there, that makes me cringe a little bit. We've got a knee on belly there, so SJ's past the guard.
I'm looking to transition to mount. Becky's trying to catch her legs as it goes across.
Looks like SJ's looking for that arm bar, which she caught on you.
Yes, very beautifully.
Sitting back on the arm there, Becky's fighting for it. SJ's leaning back to extend, Becky's fighting for the arm now, out of it. Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely guys. So I guess we're coming up to the 6-minute mark for this match, which is coming up to probably the maximum amount of time a round would go in training. Probably be about 8 minutes, I'm guessing.
8 minutes. Becky tries to do as much as she can in the gym.
Okay, so Becky's used to Becky and SJ.
Becky and SJ.
Used to the 8-minute
Then
rounds.
8 minutes.
What's this? This is SJ in some kind of on the back. Has SJ got an arm
She
there?
might be hunting for it. Yes.
Oh. Is that some kind of Kimura, reverse Kimura? Oh, I don't even know what that is, but it doesn't look nice.
She's got a...
SJ looking up a triangle there. Reverse triangle here. This looks very dangerous for Becky. Tap, 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 tap. No, sorry guys.
That's not that.
Keep going. I thought
It did look like, yeah,
It looked like it's
don't worry.
how it
From
is.
this angle it definitely did.
it's Becky trying
But she's trying to grab it.
to find the fingers there. But I'm guessing by SJ's determination, I can think that SJ is going to work her hardest for this submission right now. She's in a very dominant position with the triangle locked up. It's going to be very tough for Becky to get out of this position, I'm guessing.
Becky's an absolute dogger, so she will.
Okay,
Give
she'll
it.
stick it out.
Very good. She will try and...
La la. I'm wondering if Becky's actually getting choked here as well. So, but I'm sure SJ will keep an eye on that. Oh, I think.
Both are starting to gas out slightly.
Yeah.
And Becky's trying to release
Yeah.
SJ's legs.
SJ's trying to get that arm in the right position to just break it. Is that Becky talking?
That's Becky talking.
Becky's still talking. Becky in that triangle.
Absolutely dog and get out.
She needs to get out of that if she wants to challenge SJ, transitioning to a leg.
Nice tap.
Tap. Nice, guys.
Wonderful, lovelies.
Take your time, guys. Take your time. Okay. So winner by reverse triangle choke, SJ. Lovely. Congratulations, guys.
I was like, she has to let go eventually.
Okay, guys, we're back.
Back in the room.
Congratulations, SJ, on winning the round robin.
I'm gonna call you out in the gym on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Monday's worse now.
Bex, how does it feel?
Losing?
Yeah.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm used to it.
Honestly, you so nearly had me with that rolling Kimura.
I was fuming. I knew that it was good because you complimented me and I was like, yeah.
It was so good. Yeah. I was like, fangirling about it as it was happening.
That's why I'm going to ask to cut down the footage and only use that as a boomerang.
Not
me in a triangle armbar for 4 minutes.
And then SJ, you must be feeling the elation from the dub.
Let's go.
And then Arabella as well. You had a long round with Becky and a short round.
It was short.
Yeah. But I wanted to say, so with you and Becky, lots of transitions, right? Becky, were you letting Arabella work or making her work a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, making her work a little bit. I like the scrappier, like high energy rounds, like hence Ashley and me just scrapping all the time. Like they're good rounds. I think Arabella needs to be bullied a little bit before like that gear
kicks
her. Yeah. I was like, come on at one point, and then she hip bumped me and I first planted the floor. I was like, there you go. Now I know me nice.
So that's one thing to say about you, Arabella. It seemed like in the bad positions, you're not you know what to do, or you've got an idea of what you need to do, and you're working your escapes. You're bumping people up. You're keeping moving. You're trying to get that knee back in when you're pinned inside control, and you did re-guard. To get that half guard back a few times, didn't you? Can you remember anything about the matches? Anything of interest?
2 armbars.
2 armbars. Yes. I'm not sure if it was the same side or either side, but either way, I'll find out in the morning.
Yeah. Well, it looked like I saw, especially on your armbar, SJ. Like your arm looked like it hyperextended.
Oh, I've hypermobile joints, so it's normal for them to be like, they're not massive. I think your elbows can like hyperextend more than mine, but it's
So and I'm guessing both you all know how to train with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It was really great to see. So nice one on that. So you got 2 different approaches from these guys. You got one where it was like, okay, you're gonna slowly get ground down by Becky. Like we'll let people see what you are capable of, but we're gonna just keep on at it and then get the sub at the end. That was an armbar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Becky, it didn't seem like you didn't play your baby guard in that, did you?
No, Arabella I think is far stickier with hooks, so I need to pass Arabella to beat Arabella. If you give her any kind of space, because she's like flexible and like awkward grappler, if you give her any space, she's gonna take advantage of that. So I don't want to sit down with Arabella. I just want to smash pass and then just be like quite horrible with top pressure, because I know that I'm heavier than her. And it's just a case of wearing her down, because like her back defense is really good. As you can see, I just couldn't finish her from the back.
Did you there was one point where it looked like you were like chink under the
I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it. I felt like she started to shuffle her back to the mat, so it just felt like I was kind of like just front headlocking.
It wasn't on.
Yeah. So I just thought best option is to transfer to an armbar, because she's a bit of a dog as well. Like she'll sit in a choke.
Yeah.
So can't sit in an armbar. So yeah.
Did Arabella manage to get that?
We've been working a lot recently. Like all of us have. Instead of grabbing wrists, we have to grab hands.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to just rotate and keep going. Like hands are just
grab
key,
that
aren't
bit,
they?
right?
Yeah, hands are just key.
Like that bit.
Yeah, or this bit just to start to defend. And at one point she's isolated both of my arms, so it's very hard to get that choke.
From the back?
Yeah, from the back. She's isolated both of my arms. I was like, okay then.
Can't choke.
Can't choke with no arms, right?
Yeah, your back defense is actually really good.
Yeah.
You're really wiggly.
And
like
straight there all the time.
Yeah, I get stuck there as well.
Kian.
Yeah, Kian, isn't it? Just re-pummels for that back.
Yeah.
Did you then? So you were on the back, and then was that coming towards the end? Did you transition from the back to the armbar?
I think I came back into full mount.
Yeah,
and then I worked. Yeah.
You worked the armbar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she was expecting the back take again, so her elbows were high, so that higher mount was easier to just come into that thing, armbar.
I was very glad you didn't do like the shin on face.
I tried it. I think it was on SJ. I tried shin on face and it didn't work.
I think as well, like when Becky was on the high mount, maybe with SJ as well. But like even when they had the high mount, you've got your arms in there because I think you know they're gonna try and go for the armbar, right? That's to protect against the armbar. Yeah. So you're gonna put cross your arms like that, so that if they do swing a leg around, you're like tight, is it?
I think so. I don't really know. I've just been told to do it. I'm at this point of like I've been told to do things. I don't always grasp why I'm doing them. It's just that Rob's told me to like
it's just
either shoulders
making those frames, isn't it? So that it's much harder to isolate an elbow and pull it up. So you don't want to be like high. You want to be like elbows down and stopping them from coming up. Like you're really good at that with your mount defense as well. Like it's definitely come on loads, getting those elbows in and getting those frames in. Yeah.
You got some good fundamentals there with.
I just don't always know why I'm doing them. It's just I should do them.
It's just,
and even then, sometimes I don't do them. Even though
it's really good defense at the moment for Arabella, but not much attacks to it. Yeah, her gi game, like she attacks in gi, and then she seems to forget what arm bars are in no gi. It's very strange. Like I feel threatened, like with arm bars and like kimuras and stuff in gi, and she's like, "How about no in no gi?"
I must say, like personally, arm bars, like I just don't get them. Like I don't understand it.
We should swap. That's all I understand.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm here, but there's so much space to move, so I'm always like, I just don't get it. Like, that's me. So you had a nice long match with Becky there, and then just like horrible pressure from SJ from the beginning. SJ, would you have done that anyway?
No, I think I'd have let you warm into the first one as well, because like I roll with you, I think we tend to pair up quite a lot in Becky's class, and I tend to know, like unless we've drilled loads, like it is quite nice to just warm up, because I think sometimes you need like drawing out of that switch on takes a bit of time from you to just. And then like I did kind of see Beck steps it up a little bit during your round, and I was like, oh okay, she's good now, because like she stepped it up, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna smash her now.
Yeah. I like that you did that as well, SJ, because I feel like at the competition, like the person that you're going to face is just going to be like that.
Straight from the off. That's the worry. But
I think, you know, like in that situation, that's why there's warm-up areas. We just warm up and we get you to that level, we get you ready, we get you psyched as early as we can, like as close to it as we can, and then we just reel her up and let her go.
Yeah.
Because when you're in send it mode, honestly, you are so difficult to pass. Yeah. Like your half guard and quarter guard game is quite possibly the most annoying thing. You got really good. I was saying she's got really good grippy feet, and like she.
Yeah, I said funny enough. I said the same.
And like because you're pointy as well, like your elbows, your like frames are just like horrendous. So yeah, no, we just need to reel you up and then just go.
Yeah, I think that'll come with time as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then the finale, the final, between Becky and SJ. You both, well, it was a competitive match, right?
Yes.
So you both had an opportunities. There was a rolling Kimura.
Yeah,
So can you talk us through that?
I rolled and there was a Kimura.
I think I was in mount or something.
I think you were trying to hit
or
switch,
side.
maybe?
Yeah, I was in side control. I think I'd gone from knee cut and tried to hip switch. I tried to drop my arm over the other side, but didn't protect it. This one, I think, and then you grabbed it and then went through and underneath.
I think I didn't want her to secure the pass, thinking of points more than anything. So begin the turtle to prevent the points, and then roll through. I think.
Yeah, it's nice.
As long as you isolate that arm, because again, it's because we know each other's game. I know that she's gonna double under to take the back, not seatbelt it, because we've been working on the double under to secure a roll through to the back.
From the turtle to the double under, and then you went for a rolling Kimura. That's what it
so
was.
we've been working on, like, instead of getting a seatbelt from turtle position, it's the double under hooks. And if you can isolate wrist and get past the elbow, there's the Kimura, and all you have to do is yeet and swing.
Okay.
It didn't work.
It was nice. It was I was like, well.
So you sat to guard straight away, right?
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see, actually, because you were doing your baby guard, is what it's called, right? I didn't know that before. But then you could tell that you guys are very used to rolling together, because you were trying to time that knee cut. You know, a knee cut is fundamental, right? It's one of the basics. So, but
basic bitch knee cut.
Yeah.
Basic bitch knee cut. But I don't know the reference recently, but there was an MMA fight, and she's like, basically all she's going to do is try and knee cut me.
That was Fiona Davis and what was her name?
No,
it wasn't CGI. It was that other one.
Yeah.
Neon Fion just knee cut the shit out of her.
She just
that's
knee cut.
That's her game though. She's like knee cut queen. Like
So it was interesting to see you like time it. Like just like you knew the knee cut attempt was going to come. You knew you were going to do it. But it's like, okay, we both know what's going to happen. And it's like you have to pick like the perfect moment to execute it. But it's fine.
No.
So and then it was interesting to see to watch you play the baby guard, because I must say I have seen it on your Instagram, I guess, just popping up on the feed, I think.
Yeah.
And then to watch how you transition from the one arm into the both arms.
Yeah.
Was the both arms just flexing a little bit?
I didn't want her to stand on my feet.
Okay.
Can't stand on my feet if I'm doing this.
You like using that lasso
kind of,
guard as well.
So I do like a couple of like gi grips, but because I'm built really weirdly, so like I'm built like Mr. Tickle. I've got like really long legs, really long arms, but a short torso. So I know that if I can keep SJ away, I'm safe. Like what I don't want SJ is on top. So like that's why I use the baby guard. So when she tries to knee cut through, I can either try to start inverting and going for legs because legs are the equalizer, right? If I don't want somebody on top of me, so just trying to invert, and then I find that like just bog standard stuff isn't working for SJ for me on SJ at the moment. So like if I invert and like kick my legs through and then go back into seated instead of like trying to turtle, because then I end up in trouble like a reverse triangle armbar.
Reverse triangle armbar.
Yeah.
So I mean, props for the grip.
Absolute dark.
The stick. Yeah.
I just couldn't get that angle. I think.
You got it really tight at one point.
I needed to sweep my other arm under.
Did you feel
trying
to move it? I felt it go across your body, and I was like, I'll live another day. And then you triangled me. I was like, damn it.
Were your legs getting tired from
I'm not gonna lie, my right leg was getting quite tired.
My arm was
That's
fried.
why I just gave up with the armbar, and I was like, I'm just gonna triangle instead.
Yeah, I knew from the second that you grabbed the leg, I knew that it was just okay. That's it. But it wasn't 3 armbar finishes. So keeping the audience entertained.
So the finish came from you. You let go of the arm, and then did you grab a leg?
I just grabbed the leg. and stopped her from rolling and then you can use that to like pull it in.
Yeah, she just basically squeezed me into the triangle.
Yeah.
I basically did a sit up into an awful choke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that mounted back triangle? No, back triangle, right?
It's like a
reverse triangle, I would say, yeah.
So instead of the leg goes across the back of the neck, the calf's like across the front of the back of the front of the neck.
Is that something that you hit in training, or something that like?
I do hit triangles a bit.
Yeah, it comes a lot from the armbar, doesn't it? And she likes her armbar subs, so it's the obvious step forward, isn't it? Yeah. That like if they start to like ghost escape or anything.
I tend to quite like mounted triangles. Quite a lot.
You get a lot of those on there.
Yeah. And then either roll into an armbar. I usually get that off. Yeah.
Were there any other parts that we can? What's the word that I'm looking for? Exclamation. It's something like. Any other part? I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But were there any significant moments? Were there any other significant moments in? I mean, I'm sure there were. Do you know what I mean? But did any spring to mind? Because you were doing lots of stuff that I don't know what it was.
I found it very hard to sit through on you because you're instantly on the back with those double unders. I tried to attempt to sit through and almost got my back taken.
I was going to say, I really liked your... I thought you were going for an omoplata on Bex.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, that was so nice.
She was
that
indeed.
Was really nice.
Yeah.
I think if you'd have been a bit quicker with that, you'd have had that.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Yeah, I've not seen you go for an omoplata before. That was lovely. Yeah, it was really nice. I was like, I
reckon maybe put the shin in front of the face.
Oh, like Jenny does. Yeah.
Or shin on the back of the head and roll it.
Yeah, and your Williams guard was nice as well.
Yeah,
I like Williams guard a lot.
Yeah, it's good for you because you're flexible. Definitely.
Yeah,
it's a nice guard for you. Yeah, it's a nice guard.
Okay, guys. So just one sec. So I think we'll finish talking about the matches there. I might ask you if you guys are up for doing like a rematch on the round robin next time you come on.
Yeah.
And then
triangle defences for the next 6 months, and
I'll
see you in 6 months.
Rolling Kimura defences for the next 6 months.
Armbar.
You need to start training like separately.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm leaving the gym. Can't show my face no more.
And then what I'll do is.
Also, I appreciate SJ that he was like tap tap, and you're like, that's not
a tap. Stop it.
Pack it in. Let me finish this properly. No, it wasn't.
No. I was gonna say you were like tap. I was like shush.
Yeah. I was trying to reach for my own hand like this.
It was.
Yeah.
So when I thought you tapped, I think you rolled over and posted on the ground like that.
I was trying to prevent the triangle.
Was your arm up like that, and you got rolled over and tapped on the ground like that, and then you're trying to break the grips by like going like.
Yeah, it looked like you were pouring quite quickly.
What's one of those? A dead one of these.
Oh no.
I was like, nah, she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. Let me finish this triangle properly.
If that was like a significant match, then it would have been like I'd have been the dickhead, right? Don't stop the match.
I'm driving home. I needed that arm.
Maybe I'm walking home.
Yeah, it's a long walk.
So you guys are up for the rematch next time you come on?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Love it. And I think
Arabella comes in and smokes us.
Pardon?
Arabella comes in and smokes us for the next one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She's just gonna Williams guard.
You should try this shin across the back of the head, so that's belly down armbar in all of us.
She's gonna like Tarika Platt all of us or something.
Do you guys want to call anyone else out?
Robin from Warrington Submission Grappling. I said that if I tapped him, I got a rash guard for free. The rash guards have arrived because I still haven't tapped him, but I'm going to call out Robin from Warrington.
Yes, I love this. Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Round Robin. Just Robin stays in the middle and SJ and me
go around him.
Go around him.
Yeah. Just keep rolling until one of you taps him, right?
Yeah.
Or
we just shark tank him.
Yeah. Excellent. Or just for fun, Cav Corkill.
Okay, yeah. Uh-oh.
You can call me horrible names.
Yeah.
Well, I nearly made you cry, so
I mean,
great.
Yeah.
If you zoom in on the first episode with Kev, you'll see that little tablet vibrating. Like.
Honestly, the first time I cried in a jiu-jitsu match, I remember I got a bow and arrow choked in gi, and honestly, I was like, I'm quite a strong girl. I've played rugby for like the last 6 years or whatever. I can take it, and I just got like thrown into this bow and arrow by one of the guys in our gym, and honestly I just was like just like crawled off the mat and Becky's like, you okay? I was like burst into tears. I was like, oh my god.
I got bow and arrow choked so badly a couple Sundays ago by Kian that
they suck.
So apparently Rob said, add a tap to that 8 seconds ago. Didn't hear that, and I thought that I'd lasted the round. Turns out I'd tapped. I didn't even realise that I'd tapped. And like, do you know when like you can just hear TV static? And then like I sat up and then like Kian slapped and bumped me and I was like, oh thanks man. And then he grabbed hold of my gi again. So like, is the round not over? I had no idea where I was. And Rob was like, you alright? And I was like, I almost went out. Like, do you know when the tunnel is coming? And I was like, I've left this too long. I've left this too long. I thought he was going for my back, so I was like, I'll just sit here. I'm not sitting up so you can have my back. And he just bow and arrow choked me so hard.
They suck. They're horrible.
Can we say that it's okay to cry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not even in jiu-jitsu. I'm going to get in the car and cry. Triangles.
I'm going to watch Titanic tonight.
I don't need Titanic to cry. I would just be like, sad thoughts, and there we go.
Should we all just have a cry right now?
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Absolutely.
Just share our feelings.
Yeah. Sometimes I get sad.
Alright guys, yeah, thanks so much for coming on. It's been great to have you on, and it was great to see you showcase your jiu-jitsu. And then I hope you guys at home enjoyed it.
And if not, it's not our fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault, alright? You're just boring.
We're not very charismatically. If anyone in the comment section starts ripping my jiu-jitsu, I will actually quit. It happened in my last MMA fight. They were like, that girl's not very good at jiu-jitsu. Go away, there was a 10-kilo difference. The girl just sat there. Shut up.
Yes, alright. No mean comments, alright?
Yeah, exactly.
If you do, we'll be offended.
Yeah.
But still comment. Actually, no. If you want to say mean things, do it.
Good for you.
Yeah, as long as it's not directed at us.
Exactly. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Lovely. Cut.